All right, so ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it. Always up for unearthing some gems.
Today we're going to get into truth. That whole concept of truth and authenticity. We found this article called Born to Shine that we're basing the dive on.
Ooh, interesting title.
Yeah, and it has a really unique take on this idea. Basically, it says that for some people, speaking the truth isn't just like a good thing to do. It's like literally who they are, like their core purpose.
Okay, I'm intrigued already.
I know, right? Have you ever felt like that you were meant to speak up, like to challenge the way people think about things, even when it's hard?
Mm.
This article is all about that kind of deep inner drive.
Right, right, like a calling almost.
That's exactly it, a calling. It's wild. This article talks about a spiritual truth teller.
Spiritual truth teller, I like that.
Yeah, it frames it as like this sacred agreement that you made before you were even born. It's pretty deep stuff.
Wow, before you were even born. So like it's destiny almost.
Yeah, like it's woven into your soul or something. What do you think of that? Does that idea resonate with you at all?
Honestly, it kind of does. I think we all have those moments where something just feels undeniably true, and we have to say it.
Yeah, totally. And the article talks about how truth tellers, real truth tellers, can't be silenced,
Mm.
no matter what. Like people can try to shut them down or pressure them.
Oh, I bet there are a lot of examples of that throughout history.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it says, no person, power, or political party can silence one's inner spirit as it resonates with truth.
Whoa, powerful stuff. What do you think that means for people today? Like, how could that idea empower someone?
Well, I think it means that even when you're facing like huge obstacles or opposition, if you're speaking your truth, you have this unstoppable force behind you. It's like almost like a superpower, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, knowing your truth makes you unbreakable.
Exactly. But it's not like just sitting around and waiting for the truth to hit you. The article stresses that you got to go out and find it.
Oh, interesting. So it's more active than that.
Totally. It says it takes keen observation and introspection. Like you have to really look at the world around you and look inward.
Yeah, makes sense. Can't just take everything at face value.
Right. And it says the truth often lies beneath the surface. It's not always obvious.
Like a detective.
Exactly. You got to
Right.
dig, ask questions, be curious.
Yeah.
How about you? How do you uncover truth in your own life?
That's a good question. I think for me, it starts with challenging my own assumptions. Like, why do I believe the things I believe? Where did those beliefs come from? Then I try to expose myself to a wide range of perspectives. Read things I don't agree with, talk to people who see the world differently.
That's great. Really important. It reminds me of something else the article talks about. Truth as a light, like it shines a light on what's hidden in the darkness.
Ooh, I like that. Light and darkness.
Yeah.
Very symbolic.
Yeah. It says, and I love this part, the darkness fueled by ego cannot withstand the brilliance of one's truth.
Man, so good. That makes you feel like truth has this almost like divine power, you know?
It totally does. But it also makes you wonder, right? Like, is truth always that black and white? What about all those gray areas?
Good point. It's a powerful metaphor, this whole light thing, but truth can be messy sometimes. We got to be careful about thinking we have the one and only truth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's always more to learn, more perspectives to consider. And the article talks about that too. It's not just about like your personal truth, but about how everyone seeking truth can create change together.
A collective effort, right.
Right. It says, this collective movement toward authenticity enables an environment where integrity flourishes and the potential for transformation becomes limitless. But it also makes you wonder, can one person's truth really make that much of a difference? Like in the grand scheme of things?
Good question. What do you think?
I'd like to think so. Like, think about whistleblowers, or people who stand up for what they believe in, even when it's unpopular. Those acts of courage, even if they seem small, can ripple outward and have huge effects.
I agree. It's like that quote, I can't remember who said it, but something like, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah.
And it ties into what the article says at the end about truth-telling being a guiding light for all and leading to healing and understanding. It's this beautiful vision of everyone moving towards truth together.
It really emphasizes that sense of shared responsibility, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So we've covered a lot. We talked about that truth-teller archetype, the idea that you have to actively seek truth
Yeah.
and that it can create powerful change.
Right, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. But here's something for everyone listening to think about. If truth really does have this power, does that mean we have a responsibility to speak it, even when it's scary or hard.
Wow, that's deep. And a perfect question to end on. Makes you really think about where you stand.
Exactly. Where do you feel called to speak your truth?
What a powerful question to ponder. And remember, speaking your truth doesn't always have to be this big, dramatic thing. Sometimes it's the small, everyday acts of honesty and integrity that make the biggest difference in the long run. Those little glimmers of authenticity, they add up. So yeah, just something to think about. Where is your truth calling you to shine?
Love it. Thanks for diving in with me.
Anytime. Until next time.